So I'm assuming you can all see the PowerPoints set up now. So I'll run through details of this and kind of what the webinar actually includes. The focus, what we're going to look at is a brief introduction, I suppose, of DCU Business School and our international focus. Also looking at the pathways available on the MSc program. So there's 3 separate pathways, as I mentioned, so a full-time MSc at DCU, study abroad options, and then the option to do a double degree in partners with a partner university. And we'll look at the academic structure available on the program, and then some brief information on our international partnerships and universities which we deal with. So in terms of the introduction to DCU, so we have over 16,000 students across our 3 campuses, with the main campus being the Glasnevin campus, where most of our students attend and where this MSc would be held. So we would be on the main Glasnevin campus. We have an excess of 2,300 international students from a variety of nationalities. And to the international audience, you'll be happy to hear that Ireland in the survey is home to the happiest and most satisfied international students in Europe. So it's a good city to live in. There's quite a lot going on in terms of Dublin, and particularly in terms of dimensions about international business and multinationals. So it's quite a big factor in Dublin that attracts many people to Dublin for this specific purpose, that they can get involved in multinationals, and there's quite a lot of job opportunities available there afterwards. So in terms of US and Canadian students, there's no visa requirements, and they can register with the appropriate authorities after arrival. And our international office would assist with this as well. So our main campus, so DCU being Ireland's fastest growing university, we have a newly developed student centre. So recently opened about a year or so ago at a cost of about 14 million. So there's massive opportunities for students to get involved with wider activities within the university. So we've over 100 clubs and societies. A lot of students are quite happy about the experience that they have on campus around these extracurricular activities and the opportunities to get involved in sports and various different activities. So to look at our program and our 3 pathways. So we have a full-time 1-year program, which will be launched next semester. So in this program, it confers a single degree from DCU. So in this case, students will spend semester 1, semester 2, and complete their thesis in DCU. And this may be an attractive proposition for some students that weren't interested in options to travel abroad and maybe more comfortable perhaps studying in Ireland for the duration of the program. The second option we have then is a study abroad option, where students can spend semester 1 in either Odalap in Mexico, in USC in Italy, or the Goodman School at Brock University in Canada before coming to DCU then to complete their studies in semester 2. So in this case, the program confers a single MSc degree from DCU. So to look then at our third option, and perhaps the most exciting, we have a double degree, where both universities, in this case, ESB Business School in Germany, or Nona Business School in France, will also confer a degree for a successful graduate of the program. So in this case, we have a number of different opportunities where students can spend semester 1, for example, in DCU, and then go to ESB for semester 2 and to complete their thesis there. Or they could attend Nona Business School in the first instance for semester 1, and then come to DCU for the second semester. So it's also important to note that all of these pathways are taught entirely through English, and that there is a lot more information available at the website for ipbsmgm.com, where you will see links to the various different partner universities and what sort of structures are in place across those universities. So to look at how the program is actually structured, so we have, as I mentioned in our first semester, the focus very much on international business and management. So this is about assessing the attractiveness of international markets, about dealing with strategy, developing the skill sets and the toolkits, I suppose, to really engage with strategy and these core management disciplines. So we've developed a number of new modules, the first 3 of which are core modules, which will be delivered if you were to attend one of the partner universities, they would have the equivalent modules in place. So in this case, we have international business, disruption and challenges, strategy in the global context, and marketing and customer experience management. So those would all be aligned with what's offered in the partner universities in their semester one. We also have cross-cultural agility, economic geography and geopolitics, and then business process innovation. So all of these modules would be completed by students within the first semester, and they're all 5 ECTS credit modules. For semester 2, we have the focus shifting more on developing digital competencies and how students can build those skill sets and be comfortable around analysing data, interpreting data, and presenting it in a meaningful manner. So again, we have a number of core modules which would be aligned with what's offered in partner universities. So these include international corporate finance, data analytics and visualization, and statistics for business. In addition to this, at DCU, we would have consultant skills, technology management, and design thinking for creativity and innovation. So these modules very much focusing on innovation, on the digital aspects of the program. And again, they're all 5 ECTS credit modules. For semester 3, you would have a focus more on developing your own research skills and knowledge, where under supervision you would conduct your own empirical research via the completion of a thesis or a practicum. So we have supports in place to help students with these, particularly in terms of the supervision that they would get, and they would be able to develop their own research topic and establish new data around this, which many students, I suppose, find the most enjoyable part of their studies is that they're able to work semi-independently, but they're able to produce a cohesive piece of work on research, which they can then use in terms of job interviews, etc. afterwards. So to provide a brief overview, I suppose, of how the partnerships work within this new program, DCU is part of the IPBS network. So this is a network where we have engaged with universities for over 20 years. I think there may be some people joining us today that have actually graduated from the double degree program at an undergraduate level. So this is a progression of that, where we're looking now at developing programs and more advanced programs at the MSc level. So in this case, we have a number of universities where we're able to leverage that relationship. So this includes Neoma Business School in France, ESB in Germany, UCSC in Italy, and UDLAP in Mexico.
Right. You know where it is that you change your password on your phone?
Yeah, just a second. I am on phone.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So in terms of Germany, at this stage, I might just invite, we have our program director, Professor Niamh O'Mahony from ESB in Germany, that might want to give us a quick overview of the ESB.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's very nice to be invited here to this webinar. A couple of words on the ESB. We are one of the biggest business schools in Germany, also one of Germany's leading business schools. We're known as Little Harvard initially, in Germany. So it's a well-known brand in the German educational market. And we're known for two things. On the one hand, international business programs, which we've been involved in for about 40 years with these international business partners that Marty's just mentioned, and also for our close contacts to the business world. We're located near Stuttgart, which is a very industrialized area of Germany, known for example, the car industry, also for a lot of consultancy. And I think that's really enough, Marty. I'll pass things back to you.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, I think it's quite important to note the linkages that ESB has, particularly with large multinationals in the area. And it's always impressive to see the work experience and the jobs that students land afterwards around the Frankfurt and Stuttgart area. Okay, so to move on and look at France, so we have Neoma Business School situated in Reims, and so again we have agreements at the undergraduate level where we have existing double degrees. So we're leveraging that relationship further in developing MSc programs. So Reims is quite a nice city as well, and a lot of students find convenience, I suppose, of being relatively close to Paris, as quite a positive as well. So quite a well-recognised school within France as well. We also have linkages with Brock University and the Goodman School in Canada, in Ontario, so located quite close to Niagara Falls. So again, quite a well-established business school, and one which offers a variety of quite exciting modules, I find, at the postgraduate level. So for students opting to study in Brock, they have a number of very modern technology-focused modules, such as augmented reality marketing, and other modules similar to this that they could offer students that study there for one semester. So again, quite an exciting option. And we also have Woodloch, so situated in Puebla. So Puebla, quite a nice city as well. I was quite taken back by the campus upon visiting it about 2 years ago. I haven't seen a campus as impressive in my life. I doubt I ever will again. And so again, it's quite an attractive option for many students. So being able to gain that international experience of study abroad in quite an exciting emerging economy. So finally, we have Italy. So we have UCSC, so located in the north of Italy, quite close to Milan. So again, quite a well-established university and part of a network of 5 universities, which is the largest private university in Italy. And so again, quite a nice opportunity for students if they look to study abroad, and they can opt to go here for a semester in again quite an established business school and well recognized within Europe. And so in terms of future queries, I can answer questions or queries we have now. And if there's something which comes to you in the future and you'd like to follow up on it, there's contact details here for 2 of my colleagues in DCU. So these include Margaret and Jennifer, who can help you with any queries, and you can follow up with those if you wish. In terms of our international partners, you'll find quite a lot of information available at ipbsngm.com. So there's details here on the structure of the programs, or linkages to the structure of the programs, what sort of options we offer at the double degree level, and information about program requirements in terms of minimum grades,